Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and welcome back to another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be previewing the Pac-12 Championship. The Pac-12 Championship will air on Friday, November 6th. No, not even November 6th. That's November 2nd, sorry. 8 o'clock. I'm guessing on ESPN or CBS or wherever it's going to be. But it's going to be between the 9-3 Utah Utes and the USC Trojans, who are 11-1. This will take place in Las Vegas in Allegiant Stadium, I believe it's called, with USC being a 3-point favorite. Now, who would have thought that USC would be only a 3-point favorite after they've had some good offensive production? They have Caleb Williams, they have Lincoln Riley, all of these pieces. Well, it may not be as cut and dry as you think. So, let's get into it. Let's start out with the visitors, the Utah Utes. Utah has had a couple of close, notable losses this year, including Week 1 against Florida, where they lost 29-26 on a last-second interception by Amari Burney from the Gators. They lost by 10 to UCLA, and then they lost by 3 to Oregon. That Florida loss is the only really bad blemish. You lost to a good UCLA team and a good Oregon team. They had probably one of the best wins, though. They beat USC 43-42 on a last-second 2-point conversion. That was in Salt Lake City, I believe, though. So we'll see how this one goes. Some key players on this team: Cam Rising, career player at Utah. This is the second year starting, I believe. 2,600 yards passing, 66.4 completion percentage, 22 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, with 391 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns. Cam Rising, he just not had the season that he's needed to. Tavion Thomas, the running back, 687 yards rushing with 7 touchdowns. They have one of the better tight ends in the nation, Dalton Kincaid, 850 yards receiving with 8 touchdowns. Their sack leader, Van Fillinger, has 5 sacks, and their interception leader, Clark Phillips, has 6 interceptions. So we'll see if Utah can have the production they did. With the stats, it doesn't look like they should be as dangerous as they are, but they are. It's just Kyle Whittingham is a very good head coach, and he gets his guys to play. So let's switch over to USC. Their only loss, Utah, in that game in Salt Lake. They have 2 notable wins against UCLA, 48-45, and against Notre Dame, 38-27. Now, the thing is with USC, offensively, they're a good offense. I'll give them that. They're good, even a great offense. They're not an offense of the past of like 2017, 2018 Oklahoma, 2019 LSU, 2020 Alabama. Nothing like that. And that's the curious part. Their defense has stepped up a lot, though. I'll give them that. Key players: Caleb Williams, 3,700 yards passing, 65.8% completion percentage, 34 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, along with having 351 yards rushing with 10 touchdowns on the ground. I don't know if it's just that they haven't been, hadn't had good cohesion on the offense, but they have not had the explosion that I thought that they would. Travis Dye, there's an asterisk beside Travis Dye. He got injured last week against Notre Dame. He has on the season 884 yards rushing with 9 touchdowns. He may play, he may not. We'll just have to see. But their backup, Austin Jones, 609 yards rushing with 5 touchdowns, has looked good in spurts. Then receiving, they have some very talented wide receivers, including Jordan Addison, the Biletnikoff winner from last year, who has on this year 810 yards receiving with 8 touchdowns. And then they also have Mario Williams, who has 545 yards receiving, and Brendan Rice, Jerry Rice's son, who has 395 yards receiving. Now, you got to look out for other receivers like Michael Jackson III, Taj Washington, Kyle Ford, people like that, because they like to get the ball move the ball around. It's not just one player that's getting the workload. They have their sack leader, Tuli Tuapulota, with 12.5 sacks. That's a bunch. That's a good bit of sacks, and that leads his team. And then Kalen Bullock, who leads the team with 5 interceptions. Now, what do I think about this game? USC and Utah played earlier in the season. USC had a big lead, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And then Utah ended up coming back and winning the game. USC is playing for a playoff spot. And with the added flame that they lost to the same Utah team earlier in the year, it's at a neutral site game. I think it's going to be a big win for USC. I think I'm going to take USC to win into cover. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a blowout. Utah, they have a good head coach, but if this USC team gets rolling, and I just think that USC is going to roll in this game, secure the playoff spot, get Lincoln Riley another playoff appearance as a head coach. I believe this would be his fourth playoff appearance. We'll just have to see. This would be very vital because if they lose, then Ohio State is in the picture. Even Alabama's in the picture. So they're fighting for a playoff spot with those two. So we'll just have to see. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed, and Go Dogs.